Yeah. Hello guys. If you seeing this video, anyone, I am recording this video myself. Actually, I'm preparing for an interview that is one of the senior leadership uh, in a US healthcare. The segment is authorization. So basically, if you see authorization, we don't have uh, much of there is a structured manual followed by any of the organization because I worked in some of the organizations, but see, so this is important to have this information available when you're applying for any authorization profile. So basically, how introduce myself? It should be the interview should go as you should introduce yourself, your experience, what are all the organizations you worked so far. That information you need to explain, and immediately right after that, you need to start with your roles and responsibilities. What are you doing in current organizations, or what are some of the roles, important roles you did in the past, the roles, experience roles within before the organizations currently you're working on. So this is a 10 minutes video where I can teach myself. I prepared a document here. It's 8 pages of document, and uh, so basically what happened, this will have all the I think you can not see this, but I'll drop this PDF file. Basically, I am preparing myself, so how I can better explain what I'm doing. Because again, this is should be a structured manner. We need to explain in the structure, otherwise the interviewer will not have interest to listen to us. So we need to engage him throughout the interview session. So I started uh, preparing on this interview. So I prepared this document based on my daily routine uh, as an operations manager in current organization and the previous organization as well. So the both are middle management leadership I worked so far. Right now I'm applying upper management, the moderate upper management position now. So I'm not telling what company I'm applying for and what role for now, until it is the finalized and immediately select. So see, this what it actually has is, so what I do, I have four uh, outcomes. I will optimize always the four outcomes. I will work on these four outcomes. The one is access, timelines, financial performance, the provider experience, and the compliance and audit readiness. So basically, what it is, the access and timelines is very important for the faster patient care, and financial performance. I see how much authorization is getting approved, how many authorization requests are denied, and what reason. These are all coming under financial performance, because it is impact authorization denials is always impact the provider reimbursement, because no authorization no payment, so it is directly impact the collections. So these four parameters I'll always look into: access and timeline, financial performance, the provider experience, compliance, and audit readiness. So the second segment I look as ops manager: standardization and segment wise prior authorization. What it means, I can standardize few SOPs across the board, across the client. So what happened, there is no much change in the authorization guidelines. Let's say I'm obtaining request and authorization for an office visit or a specialist visit. The referral is required. So these are the similar segments I comes as the single SOP, where there no confusion. This is standardized across the client. So I will separate from the those with the segment wise, the provider authorization. Segment wise is something, is it based on the specialty wise, the service wise. So once I know the segment wise separation, the workflows, I can better allocate the inventory, I better prepare an SOP. Let's say because few services required a mandatory documents to send an appeal, I mean authorization. Example, the bariatric services. We need a whole bunch of documents is needed to get approval for bariatric services. The surgeon should be he should be enrolled as a bariatric surgeon with the insurances or the state, and patient must tried all the possible ways to able to reduce his weight. Patient must have obesity. Patient must visit 6 months of nutrition visits, and we need a cardiologist clearance. We need psychic clearance. All these documents, if any one of them is missing while I'm submitting the appeal, it will get denied. And getting this, why I want to separate as a segment. Getting denial on the bariatric is very painful because patient is already in the liquid diet from last of 2 or 3 months, and is waiting for the surgery. Any delay will directly impact the customer satisfaction as well as the patient satisfaction. So it will become a provider out burnout, and it will definitely impact our the the CSAT scores or whatever we have, net promoter scores and all. So segmenting these complex work items, high dollar claims is very important. Example, oncology services, no biopsy, no cancer treatment. Example. So they're so built in that way, segment wise, so we can produce a better quality of work. Also in the same segment, I can also choose what is elective and unelective surgeries, where elective surgeries we do next 30 days of this one. I consider bariatric and idler as an emergency or urgent care, because delaying authorizations will, as I told, it's important for them for the patient care. Also, leveraging automation and technology intelligence is very important, because we 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 have this authorization. I want to tell you one thing. Authorization is not a back-end work. It's not an operational nuisance. I will consider authorization as a proper enterprise business. I'll always try to involve the operations team, technology, and cross-functional teams whenever is required. I mean, cross-functional in the sense the coding team, the credentialing team whenever it is required, and also having communication with the cross-functional is very important for the streamline. And the technology we have to. So usually I observed some of them, just I don't see any one truth source of data to see where my client is performing. So I started working with the BI team, have simple dashboard. So this is how we need to have work as an enterprise rather than as a backend work. So as I told, once we got this a template we give into the team members, where while they're doing the production, there are some of the important details I need to mention. It will directly load it to the PMS system. Once the PMS system, they got the data by the BI team, they give simple dashboard. What is the inflow per day? How many authorizations were approved? How many is in process? How many is denied? And what denied? What is the reason? What is the current status of the denial? Is it in peer-to-peer status, or you already sent an appeal? Here I start my the expertise to analyze things. Let's say there is a claim denied, an authorization denied, and it is in going to peer-to-peer or appeal. I will see what is my top denials to make sure, is it something a workflow gap, or we are missing any documentation while submitting the payer. Based on the analysis outcome, we will realign, correct our SOPs to make sure to get eliminate those denials on the authorization. Okay, that is the one thing. Also, based on these dashboards, I observed one thing that we can see, uh, what is the approval percentage for our team, single first time first pass approval, And turnaround time, how much time is taken by the provider, how much time it is taking to get an approval from the provider, and what documentation is required, and how many claims is going to peer, what is the percentage of the peer to peer success rate. All these we need very important, um, to better align our process. So it is a continuous improvement is required in an authorization process. As I told, I'm stressing, as I told, I keep telling this, it is directly impact the provider's revenue, and also it is also increase the patient satisfaction, because canceling, once we are failed to get an authorization, service has to cancel or service has to render, it will directly impact the both ways is a revenue impact. So these are the some of the important strategies I follow